Good afternoon, students. I hope you're doing fine. Not too stressed by it being the middle of the year and you having to do lots of exams. Welcome to the class. I'm sorry that you're not here with me today. It's kind of lonely here in the classroom, but I think you're going to listen to the recording. So at least you have the recording. But, do come to class because it makes it more interesting for all of us. We can have a group discussion and I get to know you, get to know something about you. Um, and you have a chance to ask me questions. So I'm Susan, I'm your tutor for today. And you will probably notice that I'm not Singaporean, I'm from the UK. So today you're going to listen to some British English, all right? Okay, all right. So today, what are we going to cover? We're going to look at the mid-year mock paper. That's our objective as well for today. And included in this class will be some exam tips. So importantly, I hope you've done your work for the preparation for this class before you start this, because it will really help you. Instead of just listening to me talk about the answers, it's really good if you've done it and attempted it yourself, because your brain is working, you're thinking how to answer the questions. So thank you. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, as you remember, house rules, and since you're not here, we're not going to go over these in detail, but if you do join the class later, please remember that these are the rules. So I don't need to discuss those with you today. We're going to be covering editing, comprehension cloze, and comprehension. So they're the three things that you should have done before the class. And if you haven't already done these, do them before you watch the recording. That's the best thing, so you make the most out of the class. Do remember that if you have any questions, you can always drop us an email to ask about any of the materials. So I'll be commenting on the materials, and if you have any questions about my comments, sure, that's fine. You'll also be getting the annotated slides after the class. Right, moving on to our first part, which is editing. Let's take a look at the editing questions. Remember, when you're editing, it's really important to have two eagle eyes, that you really can spot the mistakes. They're there waiting, hiding in the page for you to discover. So start by, first of all, really scrutinizing, really examining the passage. While you can find mistakes just by looking at sentences individually, there's times when you need to understand the whole text. So when we're reading, sometimes we read for the story, for the content, and then other times we're actually reading to see what each sentence says. So you kind of need to be going in and out at each level to be able to spot the editing mistakes. And it's important that you recognize yourself. Oh, I always make this mistake. So you can note it that, I always do that. That's the mistake I make. Reading through the passage twice will also help you. The first time, you can use the pencil, of course, if you're not sure. When you read it the second time, you think, aha, yeah, definitely that's a mistake. That's definitely something that is an error. And then you can write your answers with a pen. So sometimes if you edit in a hurry and you think, oh, yeah, it's a mistake, or you change it, then you regret it the second time when you look through. Actually, it's okay. Step 3, check your answers and reread the answers to make sure that you did not make any careless mistakes. Honestly, the way people lose marks in exams is careless mistakes. It's not that you don't know, it's just that you're in a hurry through the exam, and it's understandable because it's stressful. So make sure that you take time in the exam to make time for editing. That's a really key thing. Don't spend the whole time writing, because your writing, anybody's writing, even the most famous author, will contain mistakes. Did you know that all the published authors have editors themselves? So you're doing the job of an editor as well as a writer. And that's why when you go into editor, you put down your editing hat, you need to really make sure that you know what you're looking for and that your job is to really examine closely. Okay, looking at this, each of the underlined words contains either a spelling or a grammatical error. Write the correct word in the boxes provided. Let's see how good your eyes were at spotting the errors. And today I'm going to read this for you, but if you were in class, I would definitely ask one of you to read, and we go through the errors together. So let me just get the annotation on. Okay. And color, I think probably you do like blue. All right, let's see. So starting off, the mid-year examination results were announced. Liam was, okay, what's your answer? Yes, correct. It's a spelling mistake. Yes, well done. So it's a very weird looking word. It looks like something from Star Trek. Okay, here we go. So it should be ranked. Ranked. Yeah. Okay, so today my tablet's not working so well, but I think you should be able to see that's ranked, R-A-N-K-E-D. Okay, cool. He was ranked last in class again. Poor old Liam. Liam is an Irish name, by the way. If you're from Singapore, you may not know that, but it's quite common in Singapore now to have the name Liam, and it's really cool, a cool name. And it comes originally from Ireland, which is part of the UK. Okay, he had failed all his subjects, poor Liam, obtaining only 32 marks out of 100 for every, what goes in here? Any suggestions? Any suggestions? What's the answer? Okay, it looks right for each paper, for each paper. What a sad day it was for Liam. So each paper. He felt very disappointed. He had listened. What is this word? I can't even say it. Okay, so the first part looks good. Yeah, it looks familiar. But the second part looks like some kind of insect. I'm not really sure what that is. Okay, all right. So it's not correct. It's a spelling mistake. It's a spelling mistake. So we've had 2 spelling mistakes, 1 grammar mistake. Let's spell it slowly. Yes. We got double T there. So, you know, words with double T's, you need to remember, oh yeah, spelling, double T, attend, and another T. Okay, it's a very T word. So attentively. Okay, attentively in class. He'd listened attentively in class, completed all his homework, and revised thoroughly. His classmate, Victor for victory, obviously, you know, he's a cool guy. He's one of the students in your class. You go, oh, why does he always get more marks than I do? Okay, so his classmate, Victor, on the other hand, was the top pupil. Sorry. Oh, come out there. With Oliver. Excuse me, I'm sorry, my Singapore guest is leaving. I just said hello to my Singapore guest. She wants a photo, but I can't do it now. Okay, so his classmate Victor, on the other hand, oh yes, and if you come to the UK, please tell me, come and visit me. Okay, his classmate Victor, that's the annoying guy who gets high marks, on the other hand, was the top pupil, scoring nearly full marks for every subject. You know, we can't all be victors, can we? Somebody's got to lose marks, and maybe it's us, but we do our best not to. Anyway, so when you compare yourself to Victor, it probably made Liam feel very sad. Yeah, okay, so if he'd paid more attention to grammar and spelling, he might have done better. All right, continuing the story of Liam. Returning home, Liam decided to, what is this word? What is this word? Well, there is a word. If you look in the dictionary, there is a word, serf, but it actually means a man who works in the country. A man who works in the country, he's like a kind of servant for other people. So a servant man. So this is the wrong answer, folks. If we want to surf the internet, we want to surf the waves, this is the spelling we need. So another spelling mistake. This is the spelling we need. Oh, okay, cool. Surf the net, surf the waves. Have you ever seen those videos of people surfing the waves? Go surfing on the sea. Pretty exciting. Anyone tried it? No? I've done body surfing. It's a lot of fun. So surf the internet, same thing. You kind of go all over the internet looking for interesting information. That's surfing the net. So do remember that not likely you'll need the workers manservant word surf, but you recognize that it might come up. For example, in Harry Potter, I think it might come up. But surf is normally for the internet. And notice how we put net here, but you can write the internet, of course. It's the same thing. So Liam did this to make himself feel better. Have you ever done that? Yeah. You kind of get bad marks and think, I'm not going to think about it now. I'm just going to go looking my TikTok account, whatever, all the different things that you look at online, videos, whatever, and just to blank your mind out for a while. No harm in that, to just recover yourself. Although, the psychologists will tell you that probably going for a walk outside in the reservoir is probably better for your mental health than surfing the internet, which can also make you feel more depressed. So surf wisely, that's what they say. When he browsed through his social network, a post, so it was actually lucky that Liam looked that day at his social network, So I find that social networks are wonderful for boosting my morale. If I've got friends there who are going to do that for me, they can make me feel better. So he was browsing through his social network, a post. This doesn't look right, does it? Because we realized that the whole story so far, decided, browsed, everything is in the past tense. So this isn't right. That's present simple, isn't it? Present simple for he, she. He catches, she catches. That's not right. Grammar again. Okay, so correct one is, I'm sure you've got this correct. It's not a difficult mistake, but we do it occasionally. That's why editing is so important. You reread your sentence, then you realize, oh, yeah, I used the wrong tense. Okay, so post caught his attention, caught. And funny, isn't it, that this word court's got so many letters we don't pronounce? We've got another word, court, C-O-U, like tennis court, yeah, or the court of the king. And again, we don't actually pronounce all those letters, but it's court, court. So if you were to say spell it as it's said, it's like K-O-R-T, court, court, yeah. And some people don't say the R, so it's a little R, court, long O, yeah. Liam is no doubt the stupidest person in our class. Have you ever had this happen to you on social media? That somebody writes something disgusting about you, something very untrue, something hurtful? Well, this is the situation that Liam is in right now. He's surfing the net, he's trying to cheer himself up, and then he gets this message. Liam is no doubt the stupidest person in our class. Sure, let's hope that's not from a friend of Liam's, because that's pretty hurtful, isn't it? Yeah. So let's go on and see what happens next in the story. Is it going to be somebody that Liam knows? You've read the story, so you probably, oh my gosh, you know who it's from? Yeah, it's from Victor. It's from that guy, that whiz kid guy who always gets 100%. It's him. Now, what is this weird word, cormet? It's definitely wrong. It doesn't look like English. It looks like, again, like something from Star Wars or something like that. Actually, I think what was intended was this word. You know that C and K can sound the same. Meant, not comet. Comet. What is it? A comet, like a comet in the sky. No, it's comment. That's something somebody said. So he posted a comment, and Liam saw it, and it was about him saying how stupid he was. So you can sympathize with Liam's reaction there, that he feels pretty hurt when he sees that. Ooh, that's so sad, right? Okay, so probably like you would, he stared hard at the what stupid is. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, and something, this himself doesn't look right. Cheeks grew red in anger. So when you see the blank and you think, no, it definitely is not the right word, but what word goes in before cheeks? Something to do with Liam, something to do with Liam. So maybe the cheeks of Liam. So how do we say the cheeks of Liam? Of course. Yeah, you got it. It is his cheeks. His cheeks. His cheeks grew red in anger. So when your cheeks go red in anger, it's either